Hello, my dear CA intermediate students. I'm sure all of you are feeling fine. And the September 24 students, intermediate students, have just completed their exams yesterday. And now you all people are in a holiday mood. And you people must have really written well in your exams. I am quite confident about it. Just hoping for the best to come out. So here I have made a small video regarding the CA Intermediate paper number 5, which is Auditing and Ethics paper. I wanted to share some feedback with you regarding the paper. I have analyzed the paper. I could have made this video the very day within few hours when the paper was over, but I did not wanted to pressurize you. I was not in a hurry to give you a feedback or the review of the paper spontaneously. It is not a rat race going on here. This is education. So I thought of making this video, and I wanted to share this video with you, that what kind of questions were asked in the exam, and how my colored notes have really helped the students in writing the answers. Of course, it is all the hard work and the efforts and the pain that we teachers are taking for the students to ensure that they receive the best quality. And let's start analyzing the question paper. So here I'll be analyzing all the descriptive questions, which were practically case study based questions, you can call them as. And almost all the questions, maybe 4 to 5 marks questions, leaving them aside, almost all the questions were asked from the textbook and from the important questions which were provided to the students. So I am sure that the students have written their answers very nicely. And the paper, if I want to rate this question paper anywhere, the level of the question paper was an average to easy question paper. It was not at all a difficult question paper. In fact, most of the questions were taken from the standards on auditing. I keep on requesting to the students that please study standards on auditing properly, because standards are regarded as the heart of the auditing subject. Also, I had given some super 100 questions. A couple of questions came from there, and I had clearly requested to the students to study accounting standards. So one question came from accounting standard, and there are total 29 accounting standards, you can say, but I had just requested 12 accounting standards that the student has to study. And out of that 12, one accounting standard 4 marks question came this time also. It was from accounting standard 10, wherein the treatment was supposed to be given regarding the dismantling of the asset. Okay, so the dismantling cost have to be now added in the cost of the new asset which was getting installed. So let us just analyze in a couple of minutes what kind of questions were asked in the exam and from which auditing standard the questions were taken from. So I have this the solution with me. If any student wants the handy solution of the question paper, you can please WhatsApp to me on the number which you can see on your screen. I will share the solutions with you. And also let me tell you that these solutions will be available for you to just go through and analyze all the questions and make sure that how much marks you can tentatively secure. Of course, now exams are over, now nothing can be done, so it is all your hard work, and now all your luck will play the key role. So just keep on praying to God that you should clear the exam with all flying colors, and that is what we want from you. So let us start with question number 1A. Question number 1A was basically a question taken from subsequent event standard, that is SA 560, events occurring after the balance sheet date and after the date of audit report. So it was purely taken from the textbook which I had provided. There are 3 categories of events which are there. Events occurring after the balance sheet date but before the date of audit report. Then there are events occurring after the date of audit report but before the financials are issued to the shareholders. And there are events which are occurring after the financial statements have been issued to the shareholders. So this question is probably the category number 2nd event, the category 2 event. So this question 1A was from subsequent event standard SA 560. I had already given that as a A++ category standard, and see, it has come in the exam. The very first question came from it. Then the next question number 1B, what I can see is a stratification and block sampling question. Basically, it was taken from SA 530 audit sampling. The examiner had given two, case studies, small case studies, 2 marks each, and the students were supposed to analyze the situation. So it was, I think, stratification method and block sampling method. That is what the student had to write. Thereafter, there was a question which came from the very basic chapter of auditing, which is objectives and scope of audit, which is a very basic chapter number 1 from your institute material. And of course, these questions were there in my textbook also, so nothing to hide from it. Audit is not an investigation. The question was something on that point, so you just have to mention that. And the hot favorite question number 1D, which was CARO 2020 question. The statutory dues, which is my favorite clause in CARO, clause number 7, paragraph number 3, clause number 7. So basically, the auditor had to decide whether it is a disputed or an undisputed statutory due or a mere representation, and the auditor had to do reporting under CARO. Okay, so question number 1D was clause number 7, CARO based question. Then moving on to question number 2A, which was technically from SA 330. Rarely this standard comes in exam, but 315 and 330 I do both in the classroom. So I tell the students that these are A++ standards. So you had to apply some audit procedures relating to the test of controls. So re-performance and recalculation are some of the audit procedures and other audit procedures that the auditors can apply relating to the test of controls. This is what the answer has to be written. Then a very straightforward vouching and verification question came in the form of a accounting sum. People thought it is an accounting question. Some figures were given, and then you had to just do the audit of overdraft facility. So how will you conduct the audit of overdraft and bank borrowing? So liability side question came. So you have to obtain written representation. You can obtain external confirmation. These are all the vouching and verification points. Audit of items of financial statements was question number 2B. Then question number 2C was a little out of the box question. In fact, this was the only question which was a little out of the box. Disclosure of some ratios as per schedule number 3. So again, I keep telling in the classroom that once before your auditing paper, all the students must go through schedule number 3 properly. So schedule 3 question came, disclosure of ratios. That was question number 2C. Then sir, a very good question came from auditing standard 300, which was audit planning standard, and that was question number 2D, interrelationship between strategy and audit planning. Sir, it is a very popular question. I do it in the classroom, that audit strategy is regarded as the backbone of audit plan. So basically, student had to write that strategies are made first, then planning is to be done. All the points are discussed in the class, all said and done. Points are discussed, notes are given. If you people study religiously, diligently, sir, your problem gets resolved. Okay. Then comes components of internal controls. So question number 3A was on components of internal controls. So control environment, monitoring control activities. This answer just in my textbook after 315 standard, I have given the full answer on components of internal control. Direct lifted question came from there. Then question number 3B was a documentation question. What kind of documentations can be excluded from audit file? Again, there in my textbook. So a student could easily answer that question. It was a straightforward question. Then there was a bank audit question which was on cash credit and overdraft facility as regarding the non-performing asset. Question number 3C. That was on bank audit. So that bank audit is a very important chapter, I keep telling in the classroom. Question number 3D was on this. So basically the sampling standard 530 standard suddenly gained some momentum in this attempt CA intermediate. 2 questions came from audit sampling standard. Now this is one more question, and it is a straightforward question given in my textbook. Distinguish between statistical and non-statistical sampling, SA 530. So question on that audit sampling also appeared. So sir, basically textbook is given to you, notes are delivered, lectures are given to you. What else you want? Like, everything is given to you. You just have to revise, revise and revise. That is what I keep saying. And do writing practice of the case studies. Okay. Then going to question number 4a. Question number 4a, audit strategy. You had to write sir, it was a direct question, sir. Audit strategy benefits you have to write on audit strategy. That was a very easy question. Question number 4b was on property, plant and equipment, accounting standard 10. That is what I was telling you. Dismantling. It is there in my accounting standard textbook. By the way, I have released one accounting standard textbook. In fact, when this paper just happened and I got the question paper on my WhatsApp, students shared with me their feedback. It was a very easy question paper. This is what I got the feedback from the students. So I was actually taking audit lecture, CA intermediate audit lecture. So I was actually discussing all these questions with the students sitting in front of me. Okay, so I was telling them that, see, this question is already taught to you, so people could actually relate in the offline class also, that the things are actually taught to you. Those who are going to appear in the January 25 and the May 25 attempt, I was actually discussing the question paper the moment I got the hold of it in the classroom itself. Okay, it was a live discussion going on in the classroom itself, although video I am making now, but the questions were already discussed in the offline lecture. Okay, so the property, plant and equipment, accounting standard 10, question number 4b came from. Then question number 4c was on SA 700, drafting of unmodified opinion. Sir, I have given the pattern in my notes itself, how to draft an unmodified opinion. It was, I don't think so, it was a difficult question. It came in the exam. Question number 4d was on special features of cooperative society audit. So student had to write the answer on cooperative society audit special features. That was again a direct theory question from multi-state audit of multi-state cooperative societies and cooperative societies. Then question number 5a was on audit program. You had to write the advantages and disadvantages, and the question was on periodic review of the audit program. So it is there, the full paragraph is there in my notes. In fact, I had shown that to the student in the lecture when I was discussing the question paper. Periodic review of the audit program. So audit program has to be definitely periodically reviewed, whereas the case study said that the auditor had just repeated the audit program and he did not review. So he had just given the audit program for the subsequent audit also to the to the assistant. So that is basically a wrong thing. The auditor has to periodically review the audit program and then provide it to the audit assistants and his team members, engagement team members. Okay, so question 5a was on periodic review of the audit program. Question number 5, SA 500, question number 5b was on using the work of management experts. So audit evidence is obtained from management experts, so you have to check the capabilities, the competencies, the source from where the expert is preparing the audit evidences. So basically this question is a disputed question. Long back I had kept it in my textbook on expert had done some gratuity valuation and he's giving the valuation report to the auditor. And that case study came, it is already there in my textbook. I have marked it very important also. Management expert question along with definition of the management expert on SA 500. Question number 5b came. Then question number 5c was on uses of digital auditing. That is the first question of my textbook. Okay, auditing in automated environment, uses of digital auditing, faster audit, and all those uses are there. How can digital audit help the auditor while conducting auditing in an automated environment? Okay, so that question came. Then question number 5d, sir, AEL, audit engagement letter. What is the letter of engagement and what are the contents of letter of engagement? Lifted question, direct question there in my textbook. So SA 210 this question came from. Then audit of provisions and contingencies, again bank audit questions. So 2 bank audit questions, 2 audit sampling questions have been asked in the exam. So question number 6a, audit of bank audit, provisions and contingencies audit you have to do in case of bank audit. That was the question. Then question number 6a, again, so there was an option given between 6a bank audit question and 6a SA 265. Sir, trust me, only one question I gave in my colored textbook on SA 265 behind the standard, and the same question came in the exam. Okay, So the same question came in the exam, the same question I have given in my textbook, and that is what the student had to write. So on an overall basis, if you go to see, this paper was basically a very easy, an average to easy question paper. If any student would have answered it systematically, then I think getting a 55-60 would be a very easy for a student. In fact, those students who have revised the subject can even secure more than that. Okay, so I am hoping for your fantastic scores. I am waiting for your results. So I am hoping that all the students will successfully clear their exam, and let's hope for the best. And thank you so much for watching this video. Okay, thank you, and bye bye to everybody. Thank you so much.